Dear students, this is the continuation class of electric current. In last class, we defined electric current. What is electric current? It is amount of charge passing through any cross section of a conductor in 1 second of time. Or I can be written as Q by T. So for metal conductors, moving charges are always electrons. We know this. While we are studying this concept, we got some questions like when we switch on any electric circuit, irrespective of the length of the conductor, the current will flow throughout the circuit at a time. In fraction of seconds, the bulb will glow. The bulb will glow. In fraction of seconds, the appliances can start work. Okay, so what is the speed of electron? And is there any force experienced by electron in the circuit? And why these electrons move in a specified direction? So let us discuss these questions in this class by understanding the concepts like drift speed of electron and potential difference in this class. Let us define and derive an equation for drift speed of electron in a conductor. Okay, for this assume any conductor which is in open circuit. What happened? All the free electrons having random motion. When this conductor is connected to terminals of the battery, some electric field is applied with the help of this battery throughout the circuit. Okay. So all the free electrons which have negative charge attracted towards positive terminal of the battery, so that all the free electrons have in specified motion towards positive terminal of the battery. Okay, so while these moving charges in the conductor, they collide with positive ions which are already there in the conductor. So by the collision, they lost energy and come to halt, and again they accelerated by this battery, so that they gain energy and start to accelerate, and they again collide with positive ions and lost energy and may come to halt, and again they accelerated by the battery. So in this way electrons can move along the conductor. So here electrons are moving towards positive charge. The word drift means moving towards something. Here electrons are also moving towards positive charge. So the average speed of electron is known as drift speed of electron of a conductor. Okay, so it is denoted by Vd. So let us derive an equation for drift speed of a electron in a conductor. So for this, consider any cross section area of this conductor, and this cross section area can be taken as A. Area of this cross section is taken as A, and there are n number of charges are there in particular volume of the conductor. So number of charges can be taken as N, and let Q is the magnitude of charge of electron. Q is the magnitude of charge of electron. So here electron is moving in this conductor. So in 1 second electron can move one place to another place. So the distance covered by the electron in 1 second, it is just equal to its speed. What is its speed? It is moving with the drift speed, that is Vd. So electron is moving with the Vd speed here. So in 1 second of time the electron can cover Vd distance only, because by the definition of speed can be written as speed is equal to distance by time. When time is equal to 1 second, simply the distance is equal to its speed. So here the electron in 1 second can cover only Vd distance. So the distance covered by the electron in 1 second is written as Vd. Okay. Now try to write the volume of the cross section. So volume can be written as area into distance. So this is the volume. So number of charges present in this much of volume can be written as n number of charges are there in unit volume. So if the volume of the cross section is AVD, so there are NAVD number of charges are there in the particular volume. So Q is the charge of a charged carrier. So in 1 second of time, how many charges can cross the cross section at point D? So it can be written as NQAVD. Okay. So NQAVD amount of charges can cross this cross section in a 1 second of time. So this we can call it as electric current. So okay, we simply equate this number to electric current, that is I. Okay, so for by the rearranging of this equation we get the value of Vd. So Vd can be written as I divided by NQA. So this is the equation to calculate the drift speed of an electron in a conductor. Here I is the electric current which we measure with the help of a ammeter, and in this number of charges, or we can take the density of a conductor, and Q is magnitude of charge and A is area of cross section of a conductor. So this is the drift speed of a electron in a conductor. Generally, in our household system, we use copper wires as connecting wires. So let us find out the speed of electron in a copper wire. Consider 1 ampere of current is passing through copper wire. So current is passing through copper wire is 1 ampere, and cross section area is taken as 10 to the power of minus 6 meters square, and the density of copper wire which was found experimentally is 8.5 into 10 to the power of 28 per meter cube. And magnitude of charges, charged carriers in metal conductors are electrons, we know this. So Q can be equal to 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, magnitude of charge magnitude of charge of electrons. Okay, substitute these values to get the drift speed of electron in a copper wire. That is, Vd can be written as 1 divided by 8.5 into 10 to the power of 28 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 10 to the power of minus 6. By simplifying this value, we get 7 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meters per seconds, or it is also equal to 0.07 millimeters per seconds. This means electron can move in copper wire 0.07 millimeters in 1 second. This shows electron is moving very slowly. It takes some hours to travel within the homes. But how can we get the bulb glow within seconds? Within fraction of seconds the bulb will glow. Within fraction of seconds only all the appliances can start working. Why these are working in fraction of seconds? Because when we switch on any electric circuit, irrespective of the length of the conductor, the electric field is applied due to potential difference of the source. So here we got a new term, that is potential difference. Let us discuss about potential difference. So in conductor, electrons do not flow by themselves. Some force has to be done on them. Okay. So if you consider a horizontal tube, water tube, the water cannot flow in the tube because it is in horizontal position. If there is a pressure difference in the ends of the tube, the water can flow from high pressure point to low pressure point. So here the water is flowing from high pressure point to low pressure point. Due to pressure difference only, the water is flowing from one point to another point. Here also electrons do not flow by themselves. There must be a pressure difference in between them. The pressure difference in the conductor is called potential difference. So electrons, so the current is always move from high potential point to low potential point. So this pressure difference in between the ends of the source is known as potential difference. Again, consider a conductor which is connected to terminals of the battery. What happened? Due to potential difference between the terminals of the battery, some electric field is applied throughout the circuit, so that some electric force is applied to move the electrons in a specified direction. Okay, so electrons are moving. Consider electrons are moving from point A to point B, L centimeters of distance. Okay. Here electrons are moving towards positive terminal, but in conventional way we represent the direction of current as positive to negative terminal, because in conventional way they assumed that positive terminal is high potential point and negative terminal is taken as low potential point. So current direction is from positive to negative, and always electrons flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. So this is the conventional direction of electric current. We represent it in circuits. Okay. Here consider some force is applied on electrons to move from point A to point B. Let us consider that force as Fe. Fe amount of force is exerted by the electric force on electrons to move L distance in between A to B. So here what should happen? Some work has to be done on the electrons. So here Fe amount of force applied on electrons to move them in L distance. So some work has to be done on electrons. So work can be written as Fe into N. So what is the work done on Q amount of charge? What is the work done on Q amount of charge? Can be written as W by Q. So the work done on a unit positive charge to move through a distance L in points between A and B is called potential difference between those points. So potential difference we can be written as W by Q. Okay. So or we can also write it as Fe into L divided by Q. Fe into L divided by Q. The SI units of this potential difference can be written as, what is the unit for work here? Joule. We measure the work in joules. And Q. What is Q here? Q is charge, so we measure it in coulombs. Joules per coulomb. 1 joule per 1 coulomb is always equal to 1 volt. So we measure the potential difference in volts. So 1 volt is always equal to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. And we can measure this potential difference in circuits with the help of a device called voltmeter, and we represent this in circuits as this. So voltmeter is a device which we use to measure the potential difference between the source, and the units of potential difference are volts, and we can also call it as voltage. Potential difference is also called as voltage. So this is about potential difference. So this is simply a work done on unit positive charge to move through a distance L from point A to point B is called potential difference. Generally, we use 1.5 volts of batteries in our household system for various purposes. What does it mean? It means that 1.5 joules of work has to be done by electric force to move 1 coulomb of charge from higher potential point to lower potential point. So students, we have studied about two fundamental quantities of electricity. They are current and voltage. Let us differentiate these two. When coming to current, the amount of charge flowing through a particular cross section area in unit time, and I can be written as Q by T, whereas voltage is work done by the electric force on unit positive charge to move it through a distance L from one point to another point, and potential difference we can be written as W by Q or FEL divided by Q. The unit of current is ampere, and 1 ampere is always equal to coulomb per second. And unit of voltage is volt, potential difference is volt, and 1 volt is always equal to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. And we can measure the current in the circuits by ammeter, and ammeter is always connected in series in the circuit. Series connection means we can connect the ammeter anywhere in the circuits. Voltmeter is always used to measure the voltage in between the components of the circuits. So we always connect to voltmeter in a parallel connection. Parallel connection means if you want to measure the potential difference of any component in the circuit, we have to connect in between the particular component only. So voltmeter is connected in parallel connection and ammeter is connected in series connection in circuits. So this is about current and voltage.